I want to say congratulations to a lot of you who have been listening to me here on the Pastor Dow YouTube channel, the Straightway Truth Ministries. And some of you have chosen to actually be with us in this work and in this walk to support the man of Yah. And I do appreciate it. The reason why I want to say congratulations to many of you, because many of you have really, really, truly have gotten set free, at least in the natural you have, concerning the financial system. You know, I had somebody some time ago give me a testimony, and of course, you know, they make a lot of money. And they said, you know, Pastor Dow, really, truly thank you for your reproof, your rebuke, and your correction, because it allowed me to pay off $80,000 in debt in 1 year. Yeah, they got motivated. What do you mean they got motivated? Yeah, they got motivated to get out of debt because the borrower is a servant to the lender. And by hearing me preaching, teaching, screaming, hollering, shouting, using all these theatrics and stuff and finger pointing and stuff, they got free. And you know what they have a total different perspective and point of view when they listen to sound, logical, truthful advice, and then they do it. As opposed to you out there that all you want to do is argue with me and fuss and fight with me. Hey, I can't help it. I can't help what you choose to believe. That's up to you. I had another testimony. Pastor Dow, by listening to you, I've gotten out of debt. I paid off $25,000 in debt in 1 year. I've had people say, Pastor Dow, by listening to you, over a course of 2 or 3 years, I paid off all my debt. Now, is that not beautiful? Is that not beautiful? And now they actually are physically responsible for their homes. Not only that, you know what they're able to do now? For the first time in their life, they are able to store wealth. Hey, did you know that the scripture says that money answereth all things? That don't mean you covet it or you have a love for it. It just says it answers all things. You know, when you have a little bit of money, it sure does make life a whole lot easier than to sit up there and be arguing over finances simply because you either have a spouse that cannot control his or her lust, and they got to have the latest, greatest, best of this and that and this and that and this and that. Most of them thank the Father for the discipline that they have learned from me. And here's one of my rules. Sometimes, you know what I mean, especially if it's a vehicle, even a used vehicle. Sometimes it's good to save a little bit chunk of change, go out and buy the vehicle, and then pay as much as you can every single month, and then pay that thing off. Pay that thing off. Don't stretch that thing out over 4 years for interest and stuff. You may want to do that from the beginning of the contract. But get that thing paid off in a year and a half. Just really start getting after it. If you got to work overtime, you got to pick up cans, you got whatever you got to do, get it paid off, especially if it's a necessity and you need it for reliable transportation. And mind you, no hunk of iron going up and down the road is reliable transportation. I don't care if it's got a Ford symbol, a Cadillac, a BMW, a Mercedes, a Chevrolet. It makes no difference. They're just a hunk of iron. It depends on how you want to go down the road in a hunk of iron, and it's depreciating just like manufactured homes do. So don't put your trust in there, but you do need to have upkeep and stuff. But you know, people have taken my financial advice and they are a whole lot better off. And as a result, some of them decide to make sure that not only do they send me offerings, and for that I'm grateful and thankful for, because they understand truth, honesty, and intelligence when they hear it. How are you doing? Some of you have been listening to me for a long time. How are you doing? How are you doing when it comes to your financial situation? Some of you have been listening to me 4 and 5 years, and you still have not bought 1 ounce of silver. You have no wealth, none whatsoever at all. You don't even have $1,000 in your checking or savings account. I don't understand how you can listen to me that long and not make moves. But I do understand. I comprehend very well. There's something, and I'm going to name a few synonyms here, okay? There's something called passivity, lethargic, lazy, apathetic, complacent, and I can go on and on and on with the superlative. You've got to learn how to discern yourself. You really, truly do. It sure is nice to be able to take the family or yourself, jump into a vehicle and go where you want to go and not be restricted because you didn't make sound choices and decisions years ago that you could have been enjoying the fruits of your labor now. And you definitely don't want to go out there and start charging up everything and then paying this system of interest right here, this exorbitant fees. It's just utterly amazing. So, hey, for those of you who received a good financial education by listening to me, pat yourself on the back because you made good choices, sound choices and decisions, and you're enjoying the fruit of your labors. And many of you I will see at this year's Passover. But hey, thank the Father that you had the ears to hear. You made the choice and you heard the preacher preaching, and now you're better off. And some of them have bought their own land. Isn't that beautiful? You have bought your own land. That's beautiful. Now you can build on it. And if you would take the painstaking task and you would learn how to build, I mean, really, you could really save yourself a whole bunch of money. When they say, well, I build my own house, you can literally say that. See this building behind me? I live in it. Yeah, I built this house. I put a lot of time, energy, effort, in it. Took me a little while to do it, but I built it. And you know what? It's mine. Yeah, it belongs to me. Can the system come and take it? The system make up laws and make up rules anytime they want. They take everything they want anytime they want. But in the meantime, guess what? It sure is nice to be 49 years old and not have a mortgage or a rent to pay to nobody because of my own advice that I live by, I give to you. It's true. And you know what? There's a lot of other people that are enjoying the same thing. As far as having a mortgage, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it at all. I would rather rent than have a mortgage. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. And then after you have saved money, the time is coming where you're going to be able to purchase your own land. And when you purchase your own land and you begin to start building a home out there on it, hopefully that you have learned to do yourself. Most of you still don't know how to build a home. It's sad. I don't get it. Go back in my archives and look at all the videos where I give instruction, where I show you almost on a daily basis the labor that I be doing, that I've done and still doing. I mean, right now I'm out framing a building right now. Framing a building with these hands right here. You're going to have to learn math, but you're going to have to change your mind. You're going to have to learn how to not live like the average Americans. You can't believe everything that comes up in front of your face and eyes, but the one thing you can believe is the proof that's sitting right in front of you. You see, there's a lot of people out there that they mean you no good. But then there are those, here's the key, who live what they say, and you can see the fruit of it. There are people out there that make $100,000, $200,000 a year, and when you put everything they have together, they can't put it together in this bag right here. They really truly don't have anything, and they don't owe nothing, but they have expenses. Whoa, and they're living. They have all this money, yet they still living from paycheck to paycheck, just like a lot of people, because they will not make sound choices and wise decisions. Most of them hate me so much, and not one of them can tell you what I've done to them, but they hate me. The other day, I just looked here and had some other videos where somebody hating on me, just hate me, and have never met me and don't know me, but they hate the videos. They hate what I'm saying. Oh, the hate is just something. But I like that, because you know why? Because there will be sound people that will go listen to what these people are saying. Then they'll come over here and see what Pastor Dollar is doing, and they'll go, "Oh, this is pretty easy to see." See, everybody in the world ain't dumb. Everybody in the world, there's only a few intelligent people, and that's who I am ministering to. The ones who have the ears to hear. Y'all have a beautiful day. King coming.